Welcome to this powerful English learning story, where words are not just sentences, but steps toward courage. Today's story is not about one person. It is about every human heart that has ever felt fear. Fear of speaking, fear of failing, fear of starting, fear of being judged, fear of changing. This story exists because fear exists, and because fear can be defeated. Fear is one of the oldest emotions in human history. Long before cities, before books, before language, fear kept humans alive. Fear warned them of danger. Fear protected them from harm. But somewhere along the way, fear changed its role. It stopped protecting lives and started controlling them. Today, fear no longer hides in forests or shadows. It lives inside thoughts. It hides in hesitation. It grows stronger every time action is delayed. Fear does not arrive loudly. It arrives quietly. It does not say, "Stop." It says, "Wait." It does not say, "You will fail." It says, "What if you fail?" And that question alone is powerful enough to freeze dreams, silence voices, and delay lives for years. Fear is patient. It is willing to wait a lifetime if it means winning. Many people believe fear disappears when confidence appears. This is not true. Fear does not disappear. Fear shrinks, and it shrinks only when action grows. Confidence is not the absence of fear. Confidence is movement in spite of fear. This is the first truth that must be understood deeply. Fear loves comfort. It builds a small, safe world and convinces people that safety is happiness. Stay where you are. Speak only when you are sure. Try only when success is guaranteed. But life does not reward safety. Life rewards courage. And courage is not loud. Courage is quiet action taken again, and again, and again. Fear becomes stronger when it is respected too much. When people treat fear as a warning sign instead of a test, fear wins. Fear says, "You are not ready." But readiness is created by doing, not by waiting. Fear says, "Others are better than you." But comparison is a trap designed to steal progress. Fear says, "This is risky." But growth has always been risky. One of the biggest lies fear tells is that it is permanent. It says, "This is who you are." But fear is not identity. Fear is a reaction. It is learned, and anything learned can be unlearned. Fear survives on repetition. The more it is obeyed, the stronger it becomes. The more it is challenged, the weaker it grows. Fear is especially powerful when people imagine the future. The mind creates scenes that have not happened yet. Failure becomes vivid. Embarrassment feels real. Rejection feels certain. But the future is not a movie already written. It is a blank page. Fear pretends to know what will happen. Courage accepts that it does not know, and moves anyway. To overcome fear forever, one truth must be accepted. Fear never leaves completely. But fear loses authority. It stops being the decision maker. It becomes background noise instead of a command. The goal is not to feel fearless. The goal is to act freely. Fear hates momentum. The moment action begins, fear weakens. Small action is powerful. A single step forward confuses fear. Fear expects delay. Fear expects excuses. Fear expects tomorrow. When action happens today, fear loses balance. Language learning itself is a perfect example. Fear says, "Your English is not good." Fear says, "People will laugh." Fear says, "You will make mistakes." But mistakes are proof of learning. Silence teaches nothing. Speaking teaches everything. Every sentence spoken imperfectly is stronger than perfect silence. Fear wants perfection. Progress wants consistency. Fear says, do it right or don't do it. Progress says, do it again. Fear says, one failure means stop. Progress says, failure means feedback. These two voices are always present. The voice that grows louder is the one that is obeyed. Fear is also fed by isolation. When people believe they are alone in their fear, shame grows. But fear is universal. Everyone feels it. The confident speaker felt fear once. The successful person felt doubt. The brave individual felt hesitation. Courage is not special. It is practiced. Overcoming fear forever is not a single moment. It is a lifestyle. It is a decision made daily. A decision to move instead of pause, to speak instead of hide, to try instead of wait. Each small victory weakens fear's memory. Each attempt builds proof that fear exaggerates. Fear also changes shape. When one fear is defeated, another appears. This is not failure. This is growth. New levels create new fears. The goal is not to eliminate fear, but to upgrade courage faster than fear can grow. One powerful way fear is defeated is through repetition. Doing the same brave action again and again trains the nervous system. What was once terrifying becomes normal. What was once impossible becomes routine. The brain learns safety through experience, not imagination. Fear also loses power when meaning is stronger than emotion. When purpose becomes clearer, fear becomes smaller. When the reason is big enough, fear becomes manageable. Fear asks, what if it goes wrong? Purpose asks, what if it goes right? And that question opens doors. Fear wants control. Courage accepts uncertainty. Life has never offered guarantees. Waiting for certainty is waiting forever. Growth begins when uncertainty is accepted as the price of progress. The final truth about fear is this: fear does not disappear when life improves. Life improves when fear is challenged. Fear is not the enemy. Obedience to fear is the enemy. Fear will always knock. The choice is whether to open the door or keep walking. This story is not about removing fear. It is about reclaiming authority. Fear can speak. Fear can warn. But fear does not decide. Action decides. Discipline decides. Purpose decides. Every time action is chosen over avoidance, fear weakens. Every time courage is practiced, freedom grows. And slowly, quietly, without drama, fear stops being the ruler of life. Welcome to a new way of thinking, where fear exists, but does not control. Where mistakes teach, not punish. Where action builds confidence. This is how fear is overcome. Not once, but forever.